Hey everyone, so I'm going to do a reading for twins who are in separation. Before I get started with the reading, I am still taking personal readings based on donations. So it's not what I normally charge, it is based on donations. So if you're interested in a personal reading, I do specialize in 3-party situations. However, I am more than happy to do 2-party situations as well. Here recently I have been doing a little bit more of both, some 3 parties and some 2 parties, but I do specialize in 3 parties, so that's kind of my specialty. Anyways, so just want to throw that out there. If you're new to my channel, thank you and welcome, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. So let's go ahead and get started with this reading and see what is going on for twins in separation. We'll go ahead and pull a few energies for Divine Masculine first. A couple of energies for Divine Masculine. For Divine Masculine in separation with his Divine Feminine. Okay, and let's see, we'll pull a couple for Divine Feminine. Okay. So let's see what we have for Divine Masculine. Okay, so we do have karmic partner, okay? And we have low key, all right? And for Divine Feminine, we have love songs. And we have spirit signs, okay? So clearly, again, since we have twins in separation, obviously, your counterpart, is being low key, obviously, because there is a karmic partner in their life, okay? And so obviously, a lot of people are staying in home right now, obviously, because of the crisis going on with the pandemic. So I feel like, your Divine Masculine is just kind of, keeping a low profile right now because they are, in the home, and there is a karmic partner, obviously. But we have, for Divine Feminine, we have love songs and we have spirit signs. So I feel like when it comes to Divine Feminine, I do feel like, she's obviously still in the home as well. And I feel like, she's listening to a lot of music. Again, this isn't going to resonate for all of you, but, there's some Divine Feminines out there who are listening to music, and I feel like while they're listening to these love songs, they're kind of getting some spirit signs. But even if it's not the music, I still feel like there are spirit signs that are coming in for Divine Feminine, and I feel like it's these spirit signs that are kind of helping her get along, okay, knowing that her Divine Masculine is keeping a low profile, and is, kind of with the karmic partner, being in home and things of that nature. So, but I do feel like, even though this is going on, I feel like Divine Feminine is keeping herself busy, and I feel like she is getting signs from Spirit that's really helping her at this time, even though her Divine Masculine is keeping a low key. So let's go ahead and pull a few tarot to see if we can get a little bit more information on this karmic partner and Divine Masculine kind of keeping a low profile. So what else can you tell me about this, Spirit? What else can you tell me about this? or divine masculine. So, what did I say? I said that, the divine masculine is keeping a low profile because he's at home with the karmic partner. So we do have the Eight of Swords coming out, and this is a card of feeling trapped. Okay, you see the woman who is tied up with swords around her, right? So, this is an indication right now that divine masculines are, again, because they're kind of stuck at home, they are feeling a bit trapped and tied up right now. Okay, but we do have the Knight of Wands here, and we also have the Emperor. Okay, so what I will say about this, Knight of well, it says rods, but Knight of Rods, Knight of Wands. This is an indication that your divine masculine, even though he is keeping a low profile and he's feeling a bit trapped and stuck in the home right now with the karmic partner. So I do feel like the karmic partner is kind of keeping a little bit more tabs on him. And I feel like that's part of the reason why he is feeling trapped and tied up, okay? Because it's one thing to be in the home because you have to, because of the crisis going on, but it's another to be in the home and feel like all eyes are on you. As you can see, look at her. She's, she looks like, so she does have a mask over her face, but it looks like she's pretty focused, right? So I feel like she's focused on what divine masculine is doing. This picture is a little bit dark, but it kind of looks like, so you can see a man in this picture, and he kind of, I think he has a phone. I think he's on the phone. And so I feel like he may be keeping a low profile, but low key he's like trying to, or at least wanting to make some type of communication, some kind of phone call to divine feminine. But again, I feel like the karmic kind of has all eyes on him right now, and so he's really feeling just stuck, trapped, and tied up right now. Okay, but again, because he is on a phone here, I feel like he's really wanting to come, to at least have a low-key meeting with his divine feminine. Now, the thing about it is it is the Knight of Wands, and one thing that I always tell you guys about the Knight of Wands is that he's somebody who's very passionate. He likes to come forward, and he does kind of like to, because the Knight of Wands is somebody who's a bit of a, he's very charming, but he is a fire sign, and because he's a fire sign, he's about the passion, right? He's about wanting to come together for, an intimate session, all right? But the thing about it is that, he does have some commitment issues. And so I feel like, so what I'm feeling is I do feel like divine masculines right now are really wanting to see their divine feminine, and I really feel like they're wanting to have a passionate visit with them is what I'm feeling. Okay, but the thing about it is again, this is obviously somebody who can't commit, right? So I feel like he is wanting to come together for a passionate, intimate visit, but at the same time he can't, right? Because he is feeling trapped, and he has to kind of do it low key, because he does have all eyes on him when it comes to this karmic partner right now. But we do have the Emperor here, okay? And the Emperor is basically telling me that this is what he can give right now, but within himself, I really feel like this is what he can act, because again, this is wands, and wands is also about action, right? So what he can actually put towards action right now is this, okay? A low-key meeting, you know? But I feel like what he really, really does want is to be an emperor, okay? Be the divine masculine that he knows he is and that he should be, okay? I feel like he wants to be a little bit more responsible towards his divine feminine. I feel like this is what he wants, but this is what he can give, all right? And the reason why I say that is because we do have the eight of swords here. And the 8 of swords is obviously saying that, you know, he's tied up and he's trapped. And so because he's tied up and he's trapped, this is what he can give. He can give a little bit of effort to his divine feminine, but it is unfortunately, you know, low key, because we do have this karmic partner who's kind of watching everything and keeping him trapped, okay? But what he really wants in his heart and how he really feels is this. But again, this is what he can give, all right? So let's go ahead and pull a few cards here for divine feminine. So for divine feminine, spirit. What can you tell me about divine feminine, spirit? Okay, so we have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Wands. And we have the 4 of Swords, okay? So I do feel like divine feminine is really using her time while this retreat is taking place right now, while this separation is happening. I do feel like she is taking the time to relax and rest her mind and heal some things within herself, okay? And I feel like part of that healing does have to do with listening to love songs. You know, sometimes music can be very therapeutic. So I do feel like she's using this retreat time to heal, because that's what the 4 of Swords is. It's about retreat, but it's about retreating for inner healing, for meditation and for things like that. And I feel like she's using good use of her time right now to do that, okay? And I feel like a lot of them are, you know, listening to music for that therapy, for that inner soul therapy, okay? We also have the 6 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. So with the 3 of Pentacles, I mean, this is clearly, you know, divine feminine. She's, you know, she's really wanting to work at this connection. Even though there is separation right now, she's still wanting to work at it, okay? It's, you know, the 3 of Pentacles is about working together, building something. And divine feminines are wanting to do that. And then we have the 6 of Wands here. 6 of Wands, you know, this is about victory. It's about victory, and it's about, you know, success in your victors, okay? So I do want to get a clarifier for this, because I want to know what it is that she's being victorious in. Give me a clarifier for this 6 of Wands, Spirit. Give me a clarifier. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's a beautiful card. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is about, you know, the cycle turning and good fortune coming in. Okay. So I feel like, I really feel like these divine feminines, even though they understand what's going on with divine masculine, because, you know, most of the time divine feminines are, you know, they know when their divine masculine is with a karmic partner. Okay. It's very, very rare that they don't know. Okay. And what I feel like is because, again, I feel like this divine feminine has making really good use of her time to heal, you know, heal her mind and meditate. I feel like, and again, she's also, you know, getting a lot of spirit signs. I feel like she's not getting discouraged about this situation. I feel like she's keeping her faith up. And I think that's what she's being, you know, victorious in, and what she's having success with is her own personal healing and her own personal faith that this connection, even though her divine masculine is, you know, a bit trapped, I feel like it's not discouraging her at all. I feel like she knows that the wheel is going to turn, and it's going to turn in their favor. You know, but the wheel, you know, still has to, you know, it does still need to turn, and it does still take some time. But I feel like she knows that the cycle of it turning is begun. Okay, it's now beginning, and I think that she knows it may take, you know, a little bit of time for, you know, that circle to make a complete turn. But I think she knows that the cycle has started, and I feel like she's just not getting discouraged about it, which is crazy, because most of the time was when you do a separation reading, you know, there's some discouragement. You know, you can a lot of times see discouragement on you know, at least one of the party side. But I feel like when it comes to this particular divine feminine, she's not discouraged at all. I feel like she knows that this divine masculine, even though he may be trapped, I think that she knows that ultimately he is going to come forward to be the divine masculine that he needs to be. Because even though this is all he can give right now at this point, I feel like that's just a temporary thing. I feel like he has a long-term goal, and that long-term goal is to eventually be her divine masculine, and to be responsible, and to be, you know, be loyal to their connection. And I feel like on some spiritual level, because again, she's doing a lot of inner work, and she's doing a lot of meditation. When you do a lot of meditation, this is, you know, this is going deep within your spiritual self. And again, I feel like that's why we have spirit signs coming out. I just feel like this divine feminine is not resonating on a 3D level. She's really resonating on a 5D level. And I feel like within herself and within her meditations, she's seeing how she's going to be victorious, and how she's going to have this Wheel of Fortune. This Wheel of Fortune is also about karma, but it's about good karma. It's about the bad karma, and, you know, the karmic partner. It's about turning the cycle so that the karma goes to the victor. So it's like, you know, what is that saying? To the victor goes the spoils. So I feel like that's what this is. I feel like to the victor goes the spoils. I feel like this divine feminine knows that because this wheel is turning, in the end, she will be the victor. Okay? She will be the victor, and she will receive the spoils. The spoils being what? The spoils being that she finally gets her divine masculine. Okay? So right now, yeah, he's a bit trapped. But I just feel like this isn't something that's going to last. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull a few energies to see. So we know where he's at. We know where he's at this current time. We know what he wants. So let's see, Spirit. So we see where he's at and we see what he wants. What are some things that could change this situation? What are some things that could change this situation? How will this situation change? Wow, so look, we have the Three of Pentacles. So we already have the Three of Pentacles over here with Divine Feminine. So now we're getting it over here too. So this is basically saying that, so Divine Feminine is wanting to build with her Divine Masculine, right? And I'm asking Spirit now what will change, and what will change is that he's going to eventually get to a point where he's going to build with her. Okay, and I feel like as they start to build this, that's what's going to ultimately lead to, you know, this wheel of fortune for the connection, you know, good karmic fortune, and leading him to be the Divine Masculine that he wants to be. So what else will change this, Spirit? What else will change this? What else, Spirit? What else can you add to this? Okay, so we do have the Five of Wands here. Okay, so I do feel like, so the Five of Wands is about conflict, right? So I feel like what's going to change here is that eventually this Divine Masculine and this karmic partner, the conflict is going to be too much between them, okay? Because again, already he's just feeling trapped, okay? He's feeling trapped here. He's feeling tied up. And it's going to eventually cause a lot of conflict between them, okay? And because it's going to cause a lot of conflict between him and this karmic partner, he's going to start chipping away at a plan, okay? You can see a man here. He's you know, he's building. I feel like he's building a plan. He's chipping away at what it is that he wants to accomplish, okay? And not only will he start to do that, but then we have the Eight of Wands here that's basically saying that once this conflict comes in, that's going to start changing everything. Again, he's going to start chipping away at a plan. And once that plan is in motion, he starts building at what he wants. And I feel like what, you know, building at what he wants is what she also wants, is building at what Divine Feminine also wants. I feel like they are, so now this kind of does make sense, because we do have, again, low key talking on the phone, right? So this is also about communication, but it's also about very fast action. So I feel like, again, this conflict is going to start changing things with this karmic partner, and he's going to start figuring out a plan and start building towards that plan. And once all of that is set in motion, it's like, you know, their conversations that they've been having low key, it's going to start just coming in really, really fast, okay? Because you can see the wands. Again, what did I say about wands? It's about action. But these are wands that are just flying through the air very quickly, very fast, right? So I feel like once the plan is set in motion that this conflict is going to cause, then all of a sudden everything is just going to start coming in very fast. The action of this plan is going to start swiftly moving, and then, you know, of course, like I said, you know, to the victor goes the spoils. I feel like Divine Feminine is going to ultimately, you know, get her divine masculine. It's really how I feel in this situation, okay? So let's see. What do I want to pull? Let's pull some future energies for this connection, okay? Let's pull some future energies for this connection. Future energies for this connection, Spirit. Future energies for this connection. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles, and we do have this Eight of Swords coming out again. And then we have the Four of Cups coming out. Now, I do want to pull a clarifier for this Eight of Swords here. Okay, and we have a lot of repeat cards here. Okay, so future energies. The first thing that I want to say is, so this is the same card here, the Eight of Swords. We have it coming out again, okay? This is the imprisonment. You can see there's a woman here who is chained up, all right? But I did pull a clarifier for it, which is the Eight of Wands, which again is a repeat card. And what did I say about this card? It's fast energy that's going to start moving very quickly, okay? So this card for the Eight of Wands says energy surge and communication. And again, I said this was about communication. I felt like divine masculine, divine feminine have been low-key communicating together, trying to, you know, I feel like divine feminine is letting her divine masculine know that, hey, I'm still standing behind you. I still believe in our connection. I want you to be my divine masculine. I want us to build out a plan together, okay? So this is confirmation. Yes, I feel like while this imprisonment is going on, there's definitely communication going on. Like I said, that's confirmation. I've already said that, and we're seeing it again, okay? So even though this is coming out for future energies, what I'm really seeing is that what's causing the major problems here, I feel like this is finally going to be it's finally going to be cut out, okay? It's this energy that is causing divine masculine to feel trapped and imprisoned. He's just going to get an energy surge, and it's going to he's going to break the chains, okay? With this Eight of Wands, with this energy surge, he in the future energy is going to break through these chains with this energy surge. So that's what this is telling me, okay, for future energies, is that he will use the energy surge to cut through his imprisonment, okay? So he will cut through this, all right? We do have the Four of Cups here. It says missed opportunity. So I feel like he is not about to miss an opportunity here, because we do have the Six of Pentacles here, which is about equality. It's about give and take. You see the hand here, you see the other hand here. This is divine feminine, this is divine masculine. Here's the world here, okay? And this is basically saying that in the future, they are going to give equally to each other. He's going to cut through these chains. He is not going to miss the opportunity. He has an opportunity here for the cycle to turn for the better, for fortune of this connection. All right. I mean, with the Eight of Wands coming in 2 times, that's just saying that things are going to happen fast. Once this building a plan is put in motion, the conflicts start happening with this karmic partner, things are going to start happening really, really fast. But here's the thing, the thing that's really holding this together right now is Divine Feminine. Because again, right now, she's really resonating on a very high spiritual level. And with that spiritual energy comes, fast energy surge. I feel like she's the one who's really calling this in. Okay, she's calling it in because she's resonating on such a high spiritual level. And when you have that energy, where you have spirit behind you, it's like, it can break through. It can break through the heaviest of chains, okay? Because you have the energy to do it. But you don't get this energy by just 3D. You get it by going deep within and building your power, okay? And I feel like that is what Divine Feminine has done here. I feel like she's really worked on her spiritual inner self, and she's gained a power within herself that she didn't realize that she had. And that's why I feel like she's not discouraged at all about what's going on with Divine Masculine, because I feel like she knows that she has built up a power within herself to become the victor. Six of Wands. She has built enough power to become the victor, and she is holding the power for herself and for Divine Masculine to cut through this imprisonment, to cut through the chains. But I feel like, with this energy surge and communication, I feel like she is sending him some energy. Like through the 5D, she's sending her Divine Masculine some energy. She's communicating with him on the 5D. And she's sending him a lot of her energy, because I feel like she's very, very strong right now. Okay? And that is what's going to eventually help him penetrate through these chains in the future. And that is what's going to give them the equality to have the world together equally in the future. And that's beautiful. And this is the opportunity that he's not willing to miss this opportunity. I feel like he's missed this opportunity in the past, and I feel like in the future he's just not. All right, I feel like he's just not. So I think it's absolutely beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and just pull, some messages here to close this out. Just some messages from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. Just some messages to close this out. This is very, very, very beautiful. I mean, I'm seeing success here with the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Emperor coming out, and we have the Eight of Wands coming out 2 times, which is basically just saying that things are going to move fast. Once things start to fall apart here with this karmic partner, which it clearly is with the Five of Wands, there's going to be a lot of conflict that's going to come between them, and he's just going to realize that he can no longer be be imprisoned here, and he can no longer be trapped anymore. Okay, and because of that, once this plan here is set in motion, they're going to start building this plan, and it's going to start coming in very, very quickly with the Eight of Wands. Okay, so let's get a couple of messages from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. A couple of messages here to close this out. Wow. Okay. So we have, why be selfish and not allowing yourself, um, why not be selfish? Oh, I'm reading this wrong. This font is a little hard to see. I apologize. Why be selfish and not allowing yourself, um, okay, they're missing a word in here. That's why I'm having a hard time. Okay, there should be an extra word in here that's should be two. Okay, um, let's try this again. Why be selfish and not allowing yourself to be seen and loved? Allow it. Okay, so again, she forgot, the creator of the deck, she forgot the two in here. That's why I was having a hard time there. So I just added the two in there so it can make sense. But anyways, I feel like this is actually not a message from Divine Masculine, but a message from Spirit. I feel like Spirit is the one who's relaying this message, okay? Again, why be selfish and not allowing yourself to be seen and loved? Allow it. So in other words, Spirit, I feel like it's Spirit that's giving this message for both here, and the message is you need to allow yourself to be loved. And you know what, I really feel, because I don't know, I feel like divine feminine is doing well. I feel like this is more a message for divine masculine from Spirit. I think that's what she wants these divine masculines to know, or that's what the Spirit wants divine masculines to know, is that they need to allow themselves to be loved. Because listen, when you trap somebody and you imprison them for your own personal gains or your own personal issues, when you trap somebody, that's not love. And so I feel like the guidance here is that these divine masculines are needing to be seen and needing to be loved. And again, it says allow it. I feel like Spirit is just saying that these divine masculines really need to allow themselves to be seen and loved. But I feel like this is something that this divine masculine is actually learning. I feel like this was a message that Spirit put within himself. And so it could be that this message is what he's wanting divine feminine to know, is that he received this message from Spirit, and it's kind of the thing that's helping him to realize that he's a trapped person, and he wants divine feminine to know that he understands now that he deserves to be seen and loved, and he is now wanting to allow it. We did talk earlier about what he can give right now, and this was all he could give currently. But he's getting to that point where this isn't enough for him. It's not enough. Seeing his divine feminine just, whenever he can, and not being able to commit to her, and just seeing her for, just a quick, romance. This is not enough for him, which is why we do have the Emperor that's right next to it. This is what he wants, and I feel like it's understanding that being loved is the thing that he really wants. And I think that he understands that this karmic is not giving him that. This karmic is not giving him the opportunity to be seen and loved, okay? Because she has him trapped, right? And so ultimately, it's something that Spirit put in his heart, and it's something that he's learning, okay? So then we have, let's stop throwing the blame back and forth and make amends. So I feel like this is something that may have taken place in the past in this connection. And it's something that, so where it says make amends, I feel like the amends have been made. I feel like this was something that both this divine masculine, divine feminine learned, is that they could no longer place blame on each other. Again, I feel like this divine feminine has just learned so much within herself. I feel like in the past, if she, would kind of throw shade at him because he is in a karmic relationship, and obviously because she wants, him with her, I feel like, it was possible in the past that she did throw blame at him. But I feel like, again, because she's stronger, because she's gone really, really deep within herself, this was something that she learned. And I feel like this is the amends that they have made in their connection, is to love each other, okay? And to not do these negative things towards each other, all right? So I feel like that's something that's really helped this connection, okay? Is the fact that they're no longer throwing blame at each other, and they've made the amends, all right? So then we have, I feel like I have a nervous breakdown whenever somebody brings you up. So I feel like, divine masculine, just, again, I feel like he is really understanding that he wants to evolve from this Knight of Wands to this Emperor. I feel like the eagerness to feel love and to be seen and feel love, the eagerness for that, and learning that love isn't blaming each other. It's loving each other, accepting each other, and working together. The Three of Wands 2 times here. It's working together, building together, and not blaming each other for things. That's really helped this connection. And obviously, whenever I feel like, for some, maybe the karmic brings up you, divine feminine. Maybe family members bring you up. Maybe friends bring you up. But whatever it is, it's like he breaks down. He breaks down because his feelings for you are just getting to that point where he needs to amend this. He needs to build at it, and he needs to be successful in coming together with you and not missing any more opportunities with you. So I do feel like somebody is bringing you up a lot. Again, it could be the karmic that's bringing you up a lot. But whoever it is that's bringing you up, it's just making him miss you more. It's making him realize that, again, he needs to be seen and loved. And he's learning some lessons, about just not fighting with each other or putting blame on each other, but it's about working together and making this union happen. All right. So I think that's absolutely beautiful. I apologize for yeah, this card, it's missing a word and it kind of threw me off. But I apologize for that. But other than that, I'm really just seeing, really beautiful things here. But again, I feel like it's divine feminine who has built the strength, who's built the energy within herself. She's communicating it on a 5D spiritual level to her divine masculine, and this was giving him the strength to break these chains with this karmic partner. And the conflict of that is going to start chipping away at him, and once that plan is in motion, it's going to happen very, 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 very quickly. Okay, it's going to happen very, very quickly. And I feel like that plan that these two are building together is gonna bring them together, and that's where the victory is, and that's where, you know, that wheel of fortune, that wheel is going to turn. It's going to bring them to a brand new beginning, a brand new cycle in their life. Okay, so that's what I have for you. And you know, if anybody's interested in a personal reading, again, I'm taking donations for personal readings. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and press that subscribe button and hit the bell notification. That way, when I upload my videos, you will get the notification for that. And we'll talk to you on the next one. Bye bye.